Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. It happens once every 2 weeks. I'm having the computer freeze up issues, but we'll power through. Hold on a minute. Don't everybody get upset. Just stay with me. This won't take but a minute. I mean, you know. Hey Amanda, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Well, I'm trying to kill time.
You'll get through it.
Oh, thank you for those encouraging words. Right out of the box, 801. We'll do a segment, encouraging words from Amanda. Up next. All right, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. If you would like to reach the show at any time, that is 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700. That is our show phone. That's our 24-hour, 7 days a week, never turn it off news tip hotline right there. You can always send us a hot tip on the hotline. There you go. I like that. You can send us an email, chief@fetchernews.com. You know, I know, folks, what it says. I have a monitor across the room. Okay, if you just pick it, I have a monitor across the room. But every single day, is it me? But every day it's getting harder for me to see that far across the room. And I always like to double check because I never know if Amanda might throw me off and just put something up there. You know, it's like a Ron Burgundy moment that I'll read anything in the teleprompter.
Yeah, I'm trying to make you feel crazy.
Yes.
Every day I do something different.
Exactly. Burgundy will read anything you put in the teleprompter. You can send us an email, chief@fetchernews.com. That is chief@fetchernews.com. You can also follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, FYNTV, Fetcher News YouTube. And anytime we're doing a live broadcast or we upload a video, you'll get a notification. Now, today is Wednesday, just double checking, midweek. Midweek, it's Wednesday. That means Friday's just a couple days away, and we are in Blue Ridge, and we always have our segment, Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley. If you would like to ask Dr. Whaley a question, you can send that to info, INFO, @fetchernews.com, info. Send that to us, and we'll get it to Dr. Whaley. Just put in the subject there, Ask the Doc, and we'll get that to Dr. Whaley for Friday's show, see if he can get to it. Now, we're going to get right into things. There's a storm brewing in the Northeast. Okay? There's a storm brewing in the Northeast. Now, I have to check, Amanda, to see if you can figure out my kind of humor. Okay? Now, in the Northeast, they're expecting a storm, and so is Donald Trump. You got that? Where's the picture? Come on. There you go. There you go. There's Stormy, right? Was it Stormy Daniels?
Stormy Daniels. Stephanie Clifford is her real name.
There's Stormy Daniels. Used to be one of Jimmy Kimmel's Juggies. No, I'm just joking. You don't know anything about that, Amanda.
Yes, I do.
You were too young to remember the Juggies.
No, that's my segment.
That's your segment?
Yeah. We've done this 2 days in a row. Going right in.
The Juggies. Okay, no, there's Donald Trump, Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, take Stormy down. Anyhow, the Northeast. Ooh, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Right there, and could you take Stormy down? No porn stars on the show, okay? My God.
You're ridiculous.
Oh, you know, I can't take it. I can't take that storm. Anyhow, Northeast up there, you watch the storm model going through the Lehigh Valley. 4 inches of snow per hour they're estimating in the Lehigh Valley. It's going to drop that computer model. Boy, I'm glad I'm out of there, gone. Now, I got to give a shout out. We're going to get into a lot of stuff. Yes, the globalist is gone. The globalist Gary Cohen is gone. No one is crying. I understand there's a couple rich people, the Dukes, Remember Duke and Duke in Trading Places? I know the Dukes and a couple people like that are upset this morning that the stock market looks like it's going to open down 300 points. But those of us out here in, where will we be today? Well, we'll just go ahead and be in Ellijay, Georgia. Those of us out here in Ellijay, Georgia, are just going to move right along and take the day in stride and let the people out in the Hamptons worry about the stock market this morning and the globalist Gary Cohn. We'll talk about that. Hey, you know what? Here's a good one. I'm all over the map today, okay? But pay attention, Amanda. You know, let me tell you something funny. You ready? You paying attention?
I'm ready.
Okay, thank you. When I want to tell you something funny, that would be you. There's nobody else here. Sam's not here, is she?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, darn. Oh, my God, I can hear her all the way down the hall. Oh, I better be careful. I'm just checking. I don't want to get in trouble too many times this morning. So here's something funny, okay? So, Amanda, what have I been talking about the last couple of days with the tariffs, right? That they keep coming out, right? This is a true story. This is a true story. And I was so like, if I could come through the screen. Now, this is not a threat, Joe Scarborough, so don't go call your damn attorneys. Nobody in Georgia threatened you, okay? But I was thinking, if I could come through the screen right now, being just 14 miles south of Blue Ridge, Georgia, having family members that once worked at the factory, I would have come through that screen and I would have let him know this morning the answer to his question. For the last 2 days, Amanda, the tariffs on the EU, the big bad wolf EU, the EU strikes back. I keep thinking it's going to be like a Star Wars premiere because they keep saying the EU, the European Union, is going to strike back against Trump and his aluminum and steel tariffs, all right? So I keep thinking there's a Star Wars premiere, the EU strikes back, but they're going to strike back with tariffs on bourbon. So, I mean, if you're getting bourbon and, you know, your bourbon's $19.95, I don't know. What is bourbon these days, Amanda? I hope you don't have the answer to that. Is it sold in the fifth, a pint? I mean, what's the going measure of bourbon these days? So you get a quart of or whatever you drink of bourbon, and you know, and it's another 89 cents. I don't know. Okay, so they're going to put tariffs on bourbon, and they're going to put tariffs on our automobiles. Wow. Okay, Harley Davidson motorcycles. Boy, now that will get the Trump supporters when they find out that they're going to hurt Harley Davidson, when we already know that Harley Davidson made a commitment last year to close a plant in Kansas City to consolidate manufacturing because sales are down way before last week's announcement, okay? But they'll spin that around. And then Levi's. They are going to put a tariff on Levi jeans. Over and over and over, I keep hearing that, right, Amanda? I say, and we did the story for 2 days, right?
Yes.
This morning, Joe Scarborough says on Morning Joe, he looks and he says, they're going to put a tariff on Levi jeans. He looked down at the panel and says, where do they even make Levi's? Where are Levi's made? Are they made in Texas? Or are they San Francisco? Well, see, they got the logo there with San Francisco on there, and they're going to try to hurt Nancy Pelosi. Where are they even made? 3 times this bum says, where are Levi's even made? Well, Joe, you know, if you'd watched the show yesterday, we talked about 3,300 jobs. We talked about the Blue Ridge factory closing in 2002, right up the road here, Joe. Just NAFTA. Remember that thing called NAFTA, that free trade agreement with Mexico and that free trade agreement with Canada, where we just become a pass-through country for anything people want to dump here? Okay? Our manufacturing gone, 1994. Thank you very much, George H. Globalist Bush. And he passed it right along to Bill Clinton. So, anyhow, where are Levi's made? Oh, if I could have come to the screen, Amanda, this morning when he said that. We did the story, didn't we? We're always ahead of it. We're ahead of it.
Did.
We're ahead of it. Okay. So Gary Cohn, the globalist, is gone. Now, before I go too far, I've said that how many times? It's already 8:10 in the morning. I got to give a shout out, folks, because you know I love the baseball. You know that. If you don't, if you're new to the show, I love football. I love basketball. We'll get into that in a minute. I love hockey. Oh, my God, I love hockey. I just like sports, but I like my baseball. You know that. Have I told you that already? Anyhow.
Yes.
I didn't ask for an answer. I didn't. There's times you're going to have to pace yourself over there, okay? Anyhow, I know it upsets some of you. In fact, I even get messages like, oh, my God, you're wearing the blue. The Rebels last night, the Fan and Rebels, John Ayers, hats off. Got to give it to you. Coached that baby right down to the last pitch. 2-out rally, a 2-out rally, last pitch, bottom of the 7th, 6-6 against the Dawson County Tigers. Here's the Fan and Rebels. BKP's in the booth, right? I'm in the booth. I'm all stressed out. There's men on base. Here comes Gabe Buchanan. Oh, McKaysville boy down there, right? Nice kid, all right? He's up to bat. He's a left-hander. We got men on base, 2 outs. It's 6-6, bottom of the 7th. And he drops one just with a nice tail right over the third baseman's head. Prettiest little single you ever seen. Run comes in. I'm on the microphone. Rebels win. Rebels. I mean, it was... it may be the best game of the year. I may not be able to match that game that I watched last night. So that's my shout out. And the reason I liked it is because it was coached right to the end. Coach Ayers, the kids did a great job, Coach Ayers, all right? Did a great job. Never gave up. I like that kind of high school baseball. And Coach he worked the thing all the way in. There's my shout out. Now, one more thing, okay? This is a full warning. Amanda, this is called the full warning. You cannot... This is like a storm snow emergency. We will be filling out the brackets Sunday night. What does that mean? Okay, Sunday night is the selection show. You know it, I know it, and the American people know it. It's March Madness, baby. It's the selection show Sunday night. Now, now obviously the Tar Heels will not... the Tar Heels will not be a number 1 seed this year. I don't see that coming. They lost to Duke the other day by 10, like 75-65. But this is my Coca-Cola 1981-82 UNC National Championship Coke. 81-82. You weren't even born at that time, Amanda. Tar Heels season 32-2, ACC tournament champ, okay? They beat Virginia 47-45, NCAA champion, March 29th. They beat the Georgia Dome. Is that a Ewing? Is this UNC 63, Georgetown 62? Is that Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan? Could I be right? Basketball, baby. It starts next week. I will have next Thursday. I will have like 5 screens going. I'll be watching the games. I got to get moved on. So I'm just warning you. For the next 3 weeks, Amanda. You're going to hear a lot about basketball. I know you don't care. The only time you care is if you're at the game and you have a beer in each hand.
Hey, don't tell people that.
I didn't tell people that. I'm just saying. I mean, I didn't tell people that. That wasn't.
You just told the internet.
Did I?
Yeah.
I said that. I said that. I was just making a statement.
It is true. Me at a Braves game, me at a Falcons game, gotta have 2 beers in my hand to stay focused.
Don't tell people that.
You just told people that.
Well, I was just saying it. Now you have validated it. That's a country music song. Braves game, 2 beers in my hand. I mean, who's writing that tune? Okay. Yesterday, is it Sweden? The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, held a press conference. Now, once again, we have a White House in disarray, a White House in confusion. All the above. That's all they keep talking about. Now, Gary Cohen, put a picture up of Gary Cohen, all right? He cannot take, you have two there. He could not take the tariffs on steel and tariffs on aluminum. Now, folks, don't worry about what the stock market opens at this morning, all right? Don't worry. Goldman Sachs is at him. Where's Gary Cohen? I said two pictures. I said one and I said two. There you go. Put your beard down and put the pictures up, all right? Anyhow, there he is. He's the globalist Goldman Sachs guy. Cannot go along with the tariffs. And he's leaving. I'm out of here. I have had enough, this guy says. He's out, all right? And Trump is not backing down on the tariffs. Now, let me just say this, okay? If you're following the nightly news, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, okay, CNN, they're sending full teams of journalists, I use that word loosely, to foreign countries. Where did they send them? To find prostitutes or sexual coaches that may have been in a plane that heard something that may have something to do with the Trump campaign and Russian collusion. Right, Amanda?
Right.
They will send that, okay? But they will not tell you. They will do an opening story at night, nightly news, on Stormy Daniels, a washed up, used up, rolled up.
Be nice.
Did you say be nice to this porn star? Did you really say that? I mean, I have an earpiece, but that was be nice. That was two words, be nice.
I was referring just don't cuss on air, but.
Oh, okay. You recognize this could be going in the wrong direction. That's what you thought. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You just really, it's not.
You can continue.
It's not be nice to Stormy Day, right?
Right. You can continue.
Okay. So they'll run Stormy Daniels. Is going to sue the president because he didn't sign the document on the hush money to keep her quiet. But they will not run Gary Cohen. They will not run the stories on how many weeks now, how many months has Trump said they better come to the table on NAFTA, all right? Now, Gary Cohen and the media would leave you to believe that there was an Oval Office White House meeting the other day, a meeting in the White House, the Oval Office, however you want to put it. They want to lead you to believe that happened the other day, and Cohen just said, hey, I can't take this steel aluminum tariff, and I'm out of here. I just don't think it'll work. That's not exactly what happened, okay? This guy, we know who he is. We've known who Cohen is from the day he came into the West Wing. He's a globalist. Period. And Trump is not going to bend on his campaign promises. Donald J. Trump promised you, the American worker, you, the American people, that this dumping on America was over. Raw products, steel, aluminum, is over. This NAFTA of the way we're taking advantage of, and we actually sent Levi's to Mexico. Joe Scarborough, just for your information, Levi's went to Mexico. It's over. The guy's keeping his word to, Larry out in Indiana or Julie out in Kansas. That's who he's keeping his word to, not Gary Cohen. Last week, everybody got up in arms because Donald Trump said, hey, he looked around the table. He said, you guys are scared to death of the NRA. You guys are shaking in your boots. The NRA says, boo, you guys like jump from behind a door. I'm not afraid of them. Donald Trump has a great relationship with the NRA, but he's not walking around this morning in fear of them like the others down through there that have to go home and get elected and are actually scared to death of the NRA. The point being is Trump has told this guy and told everybody for months on end that the new NAFTA negotiations have started and they would, Canada, he has told Canada, the little French guy up there, whatever his name is, up in Canada, he's told him, and he's told the Mexican president, NAFTA, it's over. Renegotiate or it's over. Period. So Cohen is out, and the media is all concerned about somebody else leaving the White House. I am not, folks. I am not one bit concerned that Gary Cohen is leaving. Because I'm going to give you, six particular reasons, and this does come from a Breitbart article. I've been all around the internet, but internet's running slow. If this jumps up here in a minute, I will read that to you. Also, Joe Manchin, West Virginia, loves to steal tariffs. Okay, Senator from West Virginia, Joe Manchin, loves talking the tariffs on steel and aluminum. Working people in West Virginia. 6-time globalist Gary Cohen tried to derail Trump's America First agenda. All right. Number one, Gary Cohen's war on coal. You can read that. Gary Cohen's attempt to soften Trump's actions against China. Okay. Cohen did not want the tough talk on China. Okay. Did not want it. You remember Donald Trump stood right in China, right on their soil and said, hey, the trade deficit, the trade imbalance is over. It's not going to happen. I mean, people act like this just took place this past week. No, Trump went to China and told them. You act like, the media acts like Seoul, South Korea just figured out this week. No, Trump went to South Korea a long time ago, and he sat down with them. All right, this is not new to the world. They knew Trump was coming with this, and the day of taking advantage. I mean, you know, there's an old saying, it was good while it lasted, and that's what the world is saying. Hey, this was good while it lasted. Gary Cohen's attempt to soften the actions on China, Gary Cohen's failed effort to keep the U.S. and the Paris Climate Agreement. Cohen wanted to put Cohen's picture back up. Who the hell told you to take it down? Cohen, the globalist, right there he is. He was instrumental in pushing Trump to stay in the Paris Climate Agreement. He also, he was upset with Trump. Cohen was upset with Trump because he wanted to stay in the Trans-Pacific Partnership. He did not want to be pulled out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And Gary Cohen's last failed attempt to stop Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs, he is out. Okay, we're going to talk about that. President held a news conference yesterday, and we are going to play several of those clips. They're very important. Seattle, I don't know if you've read this story. Seattle, somebody had their gun taken without a warrant. It's a true story. We hope this morning, Amanda, I hope that you just don't get it. Take Cohen's picture down. I mean, do you not realize this story's over?
You're ridiculous.
I'm ridiculous? Really? Whoa. I'm ridiculous. Anyhow, that wasn't nice. I mean, you told me to be nice earlier. It just right out of the box.
Up, down, up, down.
Okay, listen to this, Amanda. My hope is that you don't look a little strange this afternoon standing around somewhere. My hope. This is a true story, folks. Seattle police begin Nazi-style gun confiscation. No laws broken. There was no warrant. There was no charges. It's in Seattle. A man in Seattle has had his gun confiscated by police after breaking no laws. The police took his gun without a warrant and without pressing any charges. Okay? The neighbors complained that the man had been staring at people through a storefront windows while wearing a holstered firearm. He was window shopping. All right, he was not brandishing whatever, showing his weapon by any account. And open carry is legal in the area. So he was abiding by the law. Other residents also complained that the man's open carry made them feel uncomfortable and unsafe. They took his gun, said he looked a little strange. Just saying. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. We're going to come back. We're going to play Donald Trump's press conference yesterday. You want to stay for this. Everybody wants to work in the White House, Trump said. Everybody wants to work there. While the media is reporting that the rats are fleeing the sinking ship, Trump says everybody wants to work there. And today at 9 o'clock, we're going to have tax tips with Beth Bennett. Beth Bennett's going to be in. That's always an interesting conversation concerning taxes and preparing your taxes. Tax benefits with Beth Bennett, H&R Block at 9 o'clock. Take us to break, Amanda.